This is the juicy story of how I manifested my husband in just 21 days. I get asked to share this story all the time. And I recently revisited the style of podcast that I've been sharing with you all. And I've gotten the nudge from the universe and from my listeners to get more personal and share life stories, which of course I'll always sprinkle with tips, techniques, magic, and manifestations. So stay tuned to the end because I share a super powerful gift at the end of today's episode. And of course, please, if you find value in this podcast, go ahead and give it a 5-star rating and a review because that's how we're able to get this out to more people and essentially spread the magic. Thanks so much. So let's jump in. Becoming a co-creator with the creator is your birthright. Together, we'll journey into your deepest authenticity. Because the more you align with who you truly are, the more effortlessly you call in the life that you desire and deserve. And most importantly, the more you step into your soul's highest purpose. Welcome to the Manifestation Method podcast, your #1 source for Kabbalistic manifestation. Here we combine the ancient wisdom of Kabbalah, modern psychology, and quantum physics to help you achieve real, tangible manifestation results with my proven Abra method. I'm Ayelet Polonsky, and I'm here to guide you on your journey of manifesting a life that is aligned, expansive, and deeply connected to your highest self through the sacred energetic mechanics of Kabbalistic manifestation. To learn how to use Kabbalistic manifestation to transform your life from the inside out, go to ayeletpolonsky.com or download the Manifestation Method app. Let's open the gates of manifestation together. Here is the raw, unfiltered story of how I manifested the love of my life in just 21 days. Let's start from the beginning. When I was in my late 20s, when I felt that I was really ready, I had done a lot of inner work and had enough clarity at that point to know that marriage was what I wanted to call in. Not just a boyfriend, not just another relationship or another guy who would keep me from feeling lonely, but ready to manifest my husband. By the time I knew I was really ready to manifest my husband, and when I say ready, I mean I was clear that it was happening that year. This was after years of dating the wrong men. See, I never had trouble meeting men. That wasn't my issue. My issue was that I met men who literally were non-committal or shady or narcissistic or just plain old not right for me. I mean, let's get into detail. I dated a professional boxer who, despite being a man with a big heart, he prioritized boxing first and foremost, and at the time did not have the capacity to prioritize any relationship. I also dated a guy who used to take me on these lavish vacations, but he would literally leave and disappear on a plane for a week at a time and return with a suitcase full of cash. Now, I was too young and naive to question it or think about it, to think, wait a minute, this is super shady. But let's face it, it was shady and definitely not marriage material. I also dated a guy who introduced me to his guru in India, which is where I ended up living for 6 years as a direct disciple of the guru. And despite this man being a great guy, he was so committed to the guru that he was willing to drop anything and everything for the guru, including me. I also dated a guy who I was in love with and was so suave at having me believe that he was in love with me as well. Well, he ended up cheating on me. That was fun. Just kidding. Hi, Ayelet here. I just wanted to pop in and say I am so excited to officially introduce the Manifestation Method portal, membership, and app. This is your home for all things Kabbalistic manifestation. You'll get access to my monthly live workshops, soul deep hypno activations and attunements, all of our manifestation courses, and our global community of manifestors. And the best part, it's just $26 a month. That's less than a latte a week. Come manifest alongside me and start creating the life you desire and deserve. Head over to ayeletpolonsky.com to join us. And lastly, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to anyways because heck, it's in the past. And if you're listening, then you are a part of my tribe. So I dated a guy who, let's just say, worked for a secret department of the government. And he would leave me every other month to go on these secret missions that I was allowed to know nothing about. So talk about shady, at least in my opinion. Okay, now that that's off my chest, I should also add that while these men were not necessarily bad guys, they weren't marriage material. They couldn't commit and were not in the headspace to prioritize me, let alone prioritize marriage and kids. So I should also mention that all these many, many years later, each one of these men are still single. Now, bless them, no judgment. I'm just validating my inner voice that I was correct in knowing that I was looking in the wrong places and doing the wrong work to manifest my husband. I kept telling myself that I wanted a forever commitment, but the pattern of dating non-committal men was just something I couldn't shake off. And I didn't really know what I was doing wrong. Okay, so now that you know a little piece of my dating history and all those shenanigans, let's get into the meat and potatoes of what I was doing wrong, why I wasn't manifesting my husband, and what shifted that led me to manifesting my committed, loyal, and super stable husband, shall we? I set out on a mission to investigate what my dating blockages could be. And let's just say the real intention behind me getting raw and honest with you here is because I know that these blockages are so common and that you will most likely relate to them in some way. And hopefully you'll find value and clarity to help you navigate your path towards manifesting your forever love. Now, I love sharing manifestation principles because I want you to leave with solid takeaways. So grab your pen and paper or just use the notepad in your phone to write this one down. Manifestation principle number 1. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are a vibrational match for. See, I wasn't meeting my husband because my frequency during those younger years was a match for chaos, instability, and inconsistency. Growing up as a child, I experienced a chaotic inner world inside of myself. I was rebellious and I defied authority. I chased experiences that would give me a thrill. And as a result, I manifested a lot of guys who were able to match that desire for thrill. Again, you don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are a vibrational match for. I was a vibrational match for chaos, adventure, and excitement back then. So, how did I end up marrying a man who is so grounded and stable and basically the antithesis to chaos? It took me some deep, deep inner work and soul exploration to get to a place where I learned how to carve myself into a being that would be an energetic match for stability, safety, and commitment. For all those years of being single or dating the wrong men, as much as I told myself I wanted to meet my husband, until I implemented these manifestation principles based on this methodology, I was like a dog chasing its tail. But once I actually took it upon myself to buckle down and get serious about shifting and upgrading my inner world, that's when I started to dissolve those old patterns, old behaviors, old beliefs, and upgrade my mindset and my energetic set point to one of, oh, I value myself and I am worthy and I won't settle for these men who can't commit or prioritize me. I had to actually see myself as a new version of me. So I started learning about quantum jumping, hypnosis, visualization, and in a way hypnotized my way into becoming the version of me that would be a match for stability. And I've turned all of these techniques into a methodology. I worked really hard to shift my frequency, rewrite the codes in my energy field, alchemize my emotional world from one of chaos to one of inner peace. And I visualized myself as married every single day until voila, my husband manifested. Which, if you are new to manifestation, I highly recommend you incorporate a visualization practice into your daily routine. I am so confident that on top of the inner work that I did, it's the 21 days of visualizing myself as already married that I believe had my husband land in my lap so quickly. If you're not familiar with visualization or you want to know the specific one that I use to manifest my husband, I share a link in the footnotes of this podcast with a guided process that I recorded just for you. It's free and you can start today. Which brings me to manifestation principle number 2. Your word is your wand. Don't underestimate the power of the spoken word. In fact, the words abracadabra are actually in the language of Aramaic, ancient Hebrew, and they translate to, I create as I speak. I think that's pretty cool. Your words are literally made of vibrations that create. And these vibrations carry specific codes and frequencies. So take, for example, someone who you know that just complains all the time, right? We all know someone like this. This person's words, which are made of vibration, carry a frequency of negativity. These negative frequencies make up this person's electromagnetic field, which is filled with information. So we all have our own personal magnetic field, right? And we program this information with our thoughts, with our words, with our emotions. So this person who complains all the time is programming their magnetic field with negative information, literally coding the field of energy around them with negativity, turning themselves into a magnet for more negativity. So the same way you would tune a guitar to meet the frequency you desire, I literally had to tune myself like a guitar in order to manifest my desire. On the flip side now, someone who is truly grateful for what they have, who speaks positively about their life and the experiences they have, they are programming their magnetic field with positivity, therefore attracting or magnetizing more positive experiences and manifestations into their life. Your word is your wand. What you speak into existence has a ripple effect that travels out into the quantum field, or some call it the field of infinite possibilities, where all possibilities exist. So once I did the inner work, shifted my beliefs, and updated my own frequency, I was ready to speak my intention of manifesting my husband into existence. So it was the end of November 2017 when I was sitting at lunch with my girlfriends, and I had them as my witnesses. I spoke out loud to the universe the following words. I said, "Dear God, if it is your will, my intention is to be married by May of this year or something better." So my manifestation for May was only 6 months away from when I spoke my intention out loud, mind you. That didn't give me too much time to meet my husband and date him and get engaged. And because all the forces of manifestation were conspiring in my favor, and I did this deep process with so much commitment, I met my husband 21 days later, and we were married on May 29th of that year. So to sum up principle number 2, get super clear about what you are calling in. What type of relationship do you want? So many clients come to me saying they want to manifest their soulmate, but they've never taken the time to get super clear and intentional about what exactly they want. Put your pen to paper, write down in present tense. For example, what I wrote down was, I am calling in a husband this year. He is emotionally intelligent. He is kind and loving. My husband is a giving person with a pure heart. My husband is handsome and loves to travel the world. My husband is grounded, stable, and secure. I wrote my intention down as though it was already present in my life, right here, right now. Once you've done that, read your words out loud to the universe. Allow the frequency of your words to be carried up, 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 up to the quantum field, the field of infinite possibilities. And consider it as though you are literally programming the higher realms with all the information that you are declaring for your life. Which brings me to manifestation principle number 3. If you can see it and feel it, you can manifest it. I set out on a mission to meet my husband within 1 month of setting that clear intention. Every month before I'd start my day, I would sit up, spine erect, and I'd spend 10 to 20 minutes each day visualizing myself as already married. I'd go through seeing it in my mind as a vision of me standing next to my husband on my wedding day. I'd see my dress, my hair, my flower crown. I'd hear the music playing at my wedding. I saw and felt myself dancing with so much ecstatic joy. I saw the home we would build together and the beautiful family we would create. I got into as much detail as possible, and I'd sit there in my meditation for as long as I needed to until I felt all the excitement rush through my body. Excitement is a manifesting frequency. Fear, anxiety, and control are not. Those actually block your desires from manifesting. But if you can get excited about what it is you are visualizing, then you are well on your way to manifesting your person. See, your emotions are what create your vibration. Because let's face it, emotion is energy in motion, and it creates ripples of energy that programs your energy field, anchoring in your vision more and more into 3D until poof, one day it actually shows up in your 3D reality. That's how manifestation works. So I wouldn't get up from my meditation chair until I felt the joy, the gratitude, excitement, the warm, fuzzy feelings that being with my husband would give me, even though I hadn't even met him yet. But by doing this deep work, I also turned myself into a magnet, which prepared him in some way to become magnetized into my field. Now, I'd also like to add that I've been a student and teacher of manifestation for over 16 years now. And based on my own experiences and numerous clients and students that I've had the honor of guiding through this process, I truly know this spiritual science works wonders at helping people manifest whatever it is their hearts desire. And I believe that God created us all with the desire to give to us in abundance, kind of like a parent to a child. If it's good for the child, and if the child is able to receive and in the right mindset to receive, and they're grateful for receiving, then the parent wants their child to have it all. But how do we get our minds, bodies, hearts, and spirit in alignment in order to receive the desires, the abundance that we truly want? Well, I've broken it down into 3 simple steps that I take all my clients through. Now, of course, it's not a one size fits all because each person is super unique and has a different mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual architecture. However, I am confident that if you begin to implement the following 3 steps into your daily life, you will start to see massive shifts and things will start to manifest for you. So let's jump into the steps. Step 1 is what I call deep removal. Deep removal is the deep dive into your thought processes and emotional world to uncover the limiting beliefs and blockages that are holding you back from manifesting lifelong love ASAP. And a big reason you may not be attracting love into your life is because you may have unconscious blockages and patterns sabotaging your success. But don't worry, While this sounds like a scary thing to hear, the truth is, if you commit to doing this process of deep removal, you can really truly remove whatever these blockages are. I know because I did it. And if I could do it, you could do it. And I've worked with countless people from all over the world who, once they became aware of their blockages and shifted the frequencies around it, their husbands manifested shortly after. Remember my story. I thought I wanted to manifest a committed partner, but I was functioning unconsciously from a place of chaos. So I invited in more chaos. We always manifest what we are unconsciously committed to. So you may think you want something, but you may be holding on to an unconscious belief that is actually sabotaging your chances for success. Say, for example, say you want to get married, but somewhere in your unconscious is a belief that commitment means you have to give up on being yourself, or a belief that being in a relationship means sacrificing freedom. Or perhaps you're just terrified of marrying the wrong person. So you keep manifesting more of the wrong people in order to protect you from needing to actually make that lifelong commitment. Sound familiar? But once you work through your unconscious beliefs and programs, you become aware of them. And that awareness is your key to understanding yourself on a deep level. From that place of awareness, you get to do the deep removal of removing the gunk that no longer serves you. This will get you so many steps closer to meeting your true soulmate. Now, step two. Step two is what I call elevate your vibration. The law of attraction works with the law of vibration. It's not just about positive thinking. It's about raising your emotional and energetic frequency. See, your emotions are energy in motion, and they affect your energetic field. So, for example, have you ever said to yourself, "Oh, I feel so heavy"? That's because dense, low emotions like fear, anxiety, despair, depression literally weigh us down. But when it comes to trying to manifest or magnetize true love with these low emotions, it's like trying to walk uphill while pushing a huge rock at the same time. So once I began really working on my mindset and my frequency, I started to raise up the emotional frequency scale and attune myself to higher frequency emotions such as love, gratitude, joy. And as a result, attuned myself energetically to the vibration that I wanted to attract in a partner as well. Because if I was angry and anxious all the time, how was I ever going to manifest a man on the caliber that I wanted? I had to elevate out of that. And that's exactly what I did, which led me to finally meeting a man who was night and day different from my previous relationships. When you begin to shift to higher emotional frequencies like gratitude, joy, bliss, love, you become a magnet for your soulmate. And again, it's not just about positive thinking. That alone does not work. It's about shifting your entire energetic field. When your emotions and energy align with what you desire, that's when manifestation occurs. And finally, step three, it's what I call the knowing. See, one of the things I discovered in this process is that even after clearing blockages and elevating vibrations, if there was any shred of doubt that the manifestation would work, it simply would not work. This step, the knowing, is all about moving from a place of self-doubt and despair to a place of unshakable faith and knowing that it's happening. So even though I had a history of dating unavailable men, I knew that in order to experience a quantum leap and meet a man who was drastically different, I had to operate from a place of deep faith, from a knowing that no matter what, my husband was coming, was coming, was coming. And once you shift into this place of deep knowing, that level of faith starts to realign your stars and it creates miracles on all realms. See, a quantum leap requires doing something that is radically different than the behavior you previously held on to. So if you used to function from a frequency of fear, right? Fear that you might be single for the rest of your life, let's say, then a quantum leap would look like constantly telling yourself, no matter what, I have full faith that my partner is coming. Keep telling yourself that over and over until you feel that faith start to build in your body. Start behaving and living in a way that aligns with this new belief, this new knowing. The moment I decided I was manifesting my husband that year, I no longer gave any power or energy to fear and doubt. Now, it's not that the fear and doubt didn't show up. I'm human. It showed up. I just didn't engage with it anymore. So think of it like an unwanted guest showing up at your front door. The guest can show up, but that doesn't mean that you have to let them in. You get to choose how you engage with your thoughts, with your guests. And because your thoughts turn into emotions, by targeting the thoughts the moment they appear and simply not welcoming them in, you begin a new energetic spiral in a completely new direction. A direction that has you living in the magic, living in the domain where manifestations just appear left and right. Okay, now, if you've gotten this far into the episode, I first and foremost want to thank you for listening to my story. I really hope you glean some wisdom and that you're feeling inspired to get started or continue on your journey on new levels. And as much as I believe you are ready to manifest lifelong love, I do not expect you to know how to do these steps all on your own. I received unbelievable direction from my guides and my mentors who taught me what I now teach, live, and preach. So as a thank you for being here, for listening, and for being part of my tribe, I am gifting you with the exact visualization process and three-step method that I use to manifest my husband in 21 days. The link to the deep visualization is in the footnotes below. But before you go grab your gift, a little guidance as to how to implement this powerful visualization process. See, visualization is not hocus pocus. It's not woo-woo, but it does work a lot like magic. See, when you begin to visualize the version of yourself that is already married, you actually begin to program a field out in the universe with these new codes, new information. This information is similar to coding a computer or giving a software update to a piece of technology. That piece of technology will begin to respond to the information that you program it with. And if you're even a little bit still skeptical as to this working or not, I really challenge you to do this guided process for just 21 days and then get back to me with the results. Just 21 days. That's all I ask. That's it. Trust that after 21 days, your programming process is complete and it becomes a matter of time before your partner shows up. This is how I manifested my husband. This is how so many of my clients manifested theirs. So to end, I leave you with a blessing to see miracles appear in your life way sooner than you ever thought possible. Because remember, absolutely anything you put your mind to can absolutely manifest. Thanks for listening to this episode. And if you receive value from it, the biggest thank you you can give me in return is to go ahead and give it a 5-star rating and review. This way we get to expose this magic to more people and overall shift the consciousness of people all over the world, everywhere. Blessing you with a beautiful life and magical manifestations. Love you. If you enjoyed this episode, let's keep the conversation going inside the Manifestation Method Portal app, your #1 destination for Kabbalistic manifestation. Inside, you'll unlock the secrets of manifestation through my proven Abra method, rooted in Kabbalah, psychology, and quantum physics, designed to help you manifest real, tangible results from the inside out. Join our global community of manifestors, explore our signature courses, monthly live manifestation workshops with me, Ayelet, and access our transformational hypno activations and attunements to rewire limiting beliefs and align with your soul's purpose. The app is available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To sign up, head over to ayeletpolonsky.com. Becoming a co-creator with the Creator is your birthright. Let's manifest the life you desire and deserve together.